Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Pregame from the Pond, Madison Mallard Pregame Show. Derek Brizendine alongside Alec Dopp. Alec, Mallard's got a big win last night, 5-3 over the Bullfrogs.
Definitely, Derek, as you just mentioned. Coming off a 5-game losing streak entering last night, never a good thing to lose 5 games in a row, but definitely it was a complete ball game from Donnie Scott's guys. They fought tooth and nail. Big win. No other way you can put it, really.
Yeah, started out there in the first inning with Donovan hitting a big bomb there for the Bullfrogs over the Great Dane duck blind. It got out of here in a hurry.
Yeah, it was. It had some nice velocity behind that, that's for sure. But unfortunately, Nate Hoffman on the receiving end as the pitcher who gave up that home run. But yeah, he definitely got into it. Probably the biggest or most impressive home run we've seen this season so far. So.
Yeah, but that didn't slow down Hoffman. He got right back out there, and he came back out and he shut him down. He was pretty dominant after that.
Yeah, he really. One thing you got to see with Nate is command. Obviously, is very important with any pitcher. But Nate being a fastball, primarily curveball guy, he had really nice command of the curveball after that first inning. And Donnie mentioned that after the game too, that he got the breaking ball over, and that set him up for success later in the game. So yeah, definitely a great performance from Nate.
And then the rest of his teammates got in behind him. The crowd even got in behind it, started feeling it. And then it was really a team effort there on out. Everybody started. The bats started to wake up a little more. That bullpen just continued to be dominant. It was really a full team effort there after that.
Absolutely. Donnie mentioned the importance of coming back from early deficits. In our season preview, he mentioned that to me, and they showed it last night clearly. And the bullpen has been stellar so far, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But Scott Tyler with the big go-ahead double down the right field line, that was huge, and sacrifice bunts here and there a couple times, but it was definitely a well-rounded win for these guys.
Yeah, and that was such a late inning double too by Tyler. That was there in the bottom of the 8th. They were coming down to their final few outs, and just the resilience to not give up and just keep going.
Yeah, the clutch gene. You can start to see it with this team. Some guys more than others, but it's been. Last night showed they're not going to quit late in ball games, and that's something you need, especially in a long season like the Northwoods League. So.
Yeah, and the guys kind of starting to mesh since they've been here for a couple weeks now. Before we get any farther, let's kind of get to know the team a little bit, see where they're from.
Sky Tyler, Ball State University.
Chris Tashida, West Illinois University.
Jonathan Quintana, Barry University.
Junior Ramirez, Illinois State University.
Jed Sprague, University of the Pacific.
Cameron Frosch, Washington State University.
JJ Gould, Jacksonville University.
Jake Roberts, Gonzaga University.
Brian Rodemoyer, Illinois State University.
Tony Gonsolin, St. Mary's College of California.
Justin Hill, I'm from Southeastern Community College.
Mike Aiello, Madison College.
Tony Butler, Indiana.
Corbin Olmsted, University of North Florida.
Logan Regner, Central Michigan University.
Nick Gruner, Harvard.
Mike Kalen, University at Buffalo.
Vince Arobio, University of the Pacific.
Scott Moss, University of Florida.
Dalton Spain, Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Martin Andonov, I play in Bulgaria.
Nate Hoffman, Middle Tennessee State.
Alec, the guys are really starting to mesh like we mentioned earlier. We have guys from all over the country going to college all over the place. We even have Martin Andonov, who's from Bulgaria, and they're really starting to click even after such a short time being here.
Oh, definitely. It's one thing to get guys to mesh on a high school team who are all from the same city,
yeah.
But it's another thing entirely to take a guy from Bulgaria or just colleges all over the nation and get those guys to mesh, because baseball is about it's a team sport, obviously. So getting those guys to mesh, and it's coming out on the field, and we're really starting to see that, starting with last night's win too.
And one group of guys that's really starting to mesh real well together is that bullpen. They've been incredible so far.
Oh, definitely. The talent that that we've been able to kind of add to the roster, especially in the bullpen, has been incredible. You look at a guy like Vince Arobio, who throws mid-90s with a power curveball. He's lighted up so far. He's got 13 strikeouts and six and a third innings pitched so far. And you can add Hever Bueno to that. We just added him, who's a late sign from Arizona State. He's been known to throw triple digits, actually, so that's something there. And, everyone, and then Mike Kalen, even from Buffalo, he had a streak of, I think, roughly 21 consecutive batters retired earlier at college ball this spring. So, I mean, these guys can bring it. And, I mean, anytime you can mesh, that just adds to your chances of performing well on the field, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, and last night you got a guy like Nate Hoffman, who's just a monster on the mound, or you got Scott Moss, who they just tower over everybody, and then when they get on the mound, they really stand out. And then you go to a guy like Mike Kalen, who isn't quite as tall, but I mean, man, he can throw the heat.
Yeah, Kalen, I mean, he's consistently, 92, 95. He's also got a power breaking ball to go along with that, but he hasn't allowed an earned run yet, and he's got how many innings? It's something.
It's like 9.2 innings, and he's got 19 strikeouts.
Yeah, I mean it's unheard of. This guy can bring it. I mean, we didn't get a chance to see him last night, but I'm sure if we, Donnie's gonna try to get him in there tonight at the very least. Some work for him.
I mean, as of this morning, he was 7th in the league with strikeouts. I mean, with only 9.2 innings, that's almost unheard of for some guys.
What can you say other than it's just been dominant? You can't say anything other than that. So, and like we just mentioned before, it all goes back to the meshing part and working with your catchers and getting to know them and how they like to call the game. So it's been a great experience so far for the bullpen, to be sure.
And I mean, Gene Ramirez is doing a great job back there at catcher. I mean, real strong leading the guys. Even he hasn't had much time to work with Bueno. Bueno's been here just a couple days, and Bueno came in last night and was dominant.
Yep, 4 strikeouts in 2 innings.
Mm-hmm.
He has 4 strikeouts in 2.2 innings so far this year. No runs allowed. Definitely Donnie is excited to use his arm this season. There's some question with his command, but all these guys are growing and learning in baseball, so it's going to be exciting to watch for sure.
Hopefully that bullpen, hopefully we don't have to see him tonight. We score a lot of runs.
That's true.
But if we do see him, it's always fun, and hopefully we can keep the roll going here, get another win as we bring in Lakeshore tomorrow, and hopefully just keep it rolling.
Yeah, I'm excited. These guys can bring it, so we'll see.
Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. Enjoy the game. We'll see you back here tomorrow as we get ready to have a 2-game series with the Lakeshore Chinooks. Thanks for tuning in.